The Innovation Board started as an idea that we wanted to link something around inclusion, but also giving this group of people that we were going to select an opportunity to learn, develop, grow.
It's an opportunity to get together, to work for 6 months quite intensively, trying to problem solve, I suppose, something that's going on.
We want people to be coming up with ideas that we can then take forward and use to improve the business and improve the way we do things. I wanted something that was completely open to everyone. Doesn't matter what level of the business you're in.
It brings people around the table and a safe space to say what they think. We didn't really know where this was going to go. We had an idea, we wanted to set up a board.
We knew that we had Make Happy, we'd used them before, but we hadn't used them in this kind of activity. So we thought, let's get them involved, let's see what they can do.
CAP came to us and said, we would love to set up an innovation board. We'd love to drive innovation within Morgan Sindall. You can't suddenly bring that sort of change into an organisation and say, overnight, we're all going to start looking at a new way of doing it. So we decided by setting up a board with 6 people from across the business, and that was really important to try and get people at different levels, in different offices, because individuals have their own unique way of thinking. David, my colleague at Make Happy, he really led that using the predictive index.
The predictive index is a questionnaire that sort of asks you a load of questions, sort of almost like grading yourself on if you're, more patient or competitive.
It was interesting because I got to see what computer says what I'm like, and it did explain some of my behaviours.
It sort of gives you an appreciation for people that you're working with, which you wouldn't normally get, so you're a lot more understanding of their approach with things.
I wasn't expecting how much they were going to influence how well we worked as a team, and they really did. They made it so much easier to work with such a kind of wide range of people.
It broke the ice, we understood each other.
We knew how each other worked and we knew the roles that we'd all take up, but I think what helped is that there was no one trying to dictate the leadership, and we all just were there to help and assist each other.
It was definitely not what I expected. I don't know what I expected though, to be fair. I knew it was going to be different.
I wasn't necessarily expecting how much you were going to have to kind of sit in the idea rather than progress it very, very quickly. Sitting and thinking about things over long extended periods of time isn't necessarily something that comes naturally.
I thought there would be a bit more direction from the senior team about we want you to look into this thing, but they really left it up to us to just explore anything we could think of.
There were so many ideas at the start. It was across sort of sustainability, generally helping the environment, helping people, which sort of got whittled down into the couple of ideas that we ended up with.
One being the waste management app.
We get a lot of waste on site that's still usable material, it's not completely unusable.
We decided that we would create an app which would release materials to other projects and local charities, local communities.
The second idea is a little bit more out-of-the-box thinking. When we build a building, you know that that building has a life cycle and it's going to be torn down at some point.
Like a building like we're in today, for example, each material, such as the roof tiles, will have a stamp, an ID, a material passport, and that passport then tell you whether it can be recycled or not.
If we don't end up making those pilot schemes work for our 2 ideas, what they've learned in terms of working together and being greater than some of the parts will be brilliant.
Fundamentally, there's a group of people there that wouldn't normally have crossed paths in their day-to-day work, and actually they have. They've connected, they know each other. We can't underestimate the value of the relationships that have been created by putting this group of people together.
So now I feel comfortable to ring up one of my team members and go, I need help with this. You're able to just have that personal interaction.
We've managed to build a good rapport over teams, and you can sort of see it now outside of that. The group are really easy to talk to and get on well with now.
It was really useful to just work in a different team. I really enjoyed it.
The Innovation Board is something different to what we normally do within the business.
Bringing on a real mixture of people from different disciplines, which is what we ended up with, has proved really fruitful, I think.
I found the experience really interesting to learn about myself. I found it really good in terms of relationship building.
Then you're also doing something good, you're making a difference.
You sort of come away from your day-to-day job, get the opportunity to work with new people.
It's a great way to understand how innovation works.
Having something much more long-term focused rather than short-term, and sort of using a different part of your brain to what you're normally doing. I think you'd really enjoy it.
Why wouldn't you want to be involved with innovation within the construction industry and make a difference?